Yeah, we will start here with the psychometrics. Okay, so this is from Carrier Manual. Here they have
Okay.
given detailed explanation about the psychometrics. Okay, how you understand about the air properties basically. Okay, so here
Okay.
you can see that introduction to HVAC. Then you can learn about psychometrics, load estimating, refrigeration cycle, distribution system, equipment, system controls, applications. Everything is given here in this particular manual. There are total 71 pages. Okay, no need to
Okay.
rush to read this particular pages. Okay, you can go slow by slow to understand each and every items. Okay, say for example, you
Okay,
can
sir.
take your time to study introduction for some period, then psychometrics for some period, but the deep understanding is very important. Okay, and you can take
Yes,
some
yes.
assignment, take a paper and write whatever you can able to understand. Okay, and if you
Okay.
something if you do not know, you can also Google it. Okay, you can search whatever the information, and you can ask questions in our group to get more information. Okay, so if you go
Okay,
further,
sir.
you can see that what is the introduction. Introduction means like about the psychometrics, about that history of the psychometrics. Okay, why does air conditioning design course begin with the psychometrics? Whenever we study the air conditioning, we start with the psychometrics. That is very very important, right?
Yes, sir.
In the computer aided design world of today, the psychometric necessary and practical topic to understand. Okay, so that is very very much important for us to understand each and every properties. What is the eye bulb temperature? What is wet bulb temperature? What is the relative humidity? What is enthalpy? What is humidity ratio? Okay, so these
Yes.
all the points, and what is the dew point? Everything is given here. Okay, so these all done
Okay.
very long time back. Maybe you can say like 100 years, 200 years back they have discovered, for example. Okay, and
Okay.
here also you can understand what is psychometrics. Okay, to understand the psychometrics is the study of thermodynamic properties of moisture. Okay, so basically whatever we are studying about, like amount of the heat to be added or removed. Say for example,
Mhm.
you are in India. Okay, and say
Yes.
the temperature is 40 degrees Celsius. So there you have to
Yes.
cool the air, right?
Yes.
And assume that you are in some Europe countries where your temperature is what, like 10 degrees Celsius or minus 5
That
degrees
time
Celsius, minus
make the
30
heat.
degrees. You have to make the heat. So you have to understand about the properties of the air, what is in different locations. Okay, then the
Yes.
properties of air and vapor. Okay, how much in particular air, what is the amount of properties of the air, like nitrogen, oxygen. Okay, there are different type of compounds in the particular air. Okay,
Yes, sir.
the mixture of gases, so that also we should know. So you can make a quiz, for example. You can ask some question in the quiz. Say for example, nitrogen accounts for 77%, right?
Yes, sir.
So you can create a quiz. Say for example, the nitrogen accounts in the mixture of air. Say for example, you can put 77%, you can put 0%, you can put 30%, and you can put, say for example, 50%. Then just wait for the people to answer. So you also should know that after some time, if in your mind it will be fixed that okay, what is the amount of nitrogen, right? It will be fixed in your mind. If you try to
Yes.
create some quiz, if you try to write some notes in the prepare notes, some assignments. Okay,
Okay.
that will give you a strong and a long time memory, right?
Yes.
Okay, and also you can understand the properties of the air, like say for example, the mixture. Say for example, when you say dry air, what is a dry air? Without any water vapor,
Moisture.
without any moisture, that is called dry air,
Yes.
right? Okay, so
Yes.
there
Yes.
that means you can say that it is 0% relative humidity also, right? The dry air is
Yes.
nothing but it is zero. There is no water vapor. And what is the
Yes.
water vapor? It is a full 100% saturated, means water vapor.
Yes.
So when it start condensating, that means it is saturated. So that means the water is a completely water vapor. Okay, and then you can say that it's a mechanical mixture. So that means whenever you see the air properties, it is a mixing of dry air and water vapor. So that is why you can able to maintain 50%, 60%, 80%, 20%, the relative humidity, the amount of water vapor in the air. Okay,
Yes, sir.
so that is the relative humidity. And what is the humidity ratio?
Humidity ratio.
So that is the amount of water vapor in the air.
Hmm.
Okay, say for example, dry air, I have 50 percentage and water vapor is 50 percentage. That means my relative humidity is 50 percentage, right?
Yes.
It is 100, total is 100. 50 I have a dry
Yes.
air and water vapor I have a 50 percentage. Then when I add together, it is 100 percentage. So when I say my relative humidity is 50 percentage, for example, right?
Mass of water vapor by
Yeah, mass of the
mass
water
of
vapor is nothing but humidity ratio. How much of water
humidity.
is there? Say for example, you have a
Okay.
thousand meter cube air. Okay, in that, if I have a 5,000, 50,000, for example, I'm saying, okay, it's not 100%. I'm just saying for example, okay, 500 meter cube of water vapor, for example. Okay, so in that, what you say in that, you can say that there is the amount of water vapor. There is a percentage is different and amount of water vapor is different. That understanding you will get when you start reading the psychometric chart.
Okay, sir.
Okay, and how air and water vapor are measured, that is also given here. You remember whenever you see that pounds of water vapor, grains, right?
Yes, sir.
So these are the things it will be helpful for you to do the calculations. See, why we study, we are not going directly to the calculations. You can go directly to the calculations, but before that we study the basis, so that when you
Basics
do
of
the calculations,
calculation and
when you do the calculation, it is very very easy to understand. It will be very handy when you do the calculations. You know what is
okay.
grains, you know what is pounds. Okay, so that understanding we are going to get. Okay, and you can also
Okay, sir.
read that one, based on the temperature, based on the humidity, cleanness and distribution of that, your vapor, water vapor and air is measured. Okay, so try to read and get some assignment, try to do some assignment. Okay, each and every
Okay,
topic.
sir.
Okay, then when you come to humidity and its sources, how the humidity creates, from the where the humidity
Yes.
comes from outdoor, from indoor, when you sweat, when you from the water vapor, when you cook something, the water vapor comes, that is nothing but humidity. So you also understand the humidity comes from, and you can also make a quiz.
Okay.
Okay, the how the air water vapor reacts, how the it reacts, it is given here. That is, remember, there is ideal gas formula, PV equal to W or T. So you also can study that one, what is air, what is the amount of air, and what is the water vapor mixture. When you do air and water, what will happen, what is the reactance. Okay, based on Dalton's law of partial pressure.
Okay.
Okay, and then the
Okay,
how
sir.
the temperature and pressure. Okay, so when the temperature goes high, the pressure also goes high, and when the temperature goes down, the pressure also go down. Okay, so that also you can able to understand here.
Okay, sir.
Okay, okay, then the altitude. Remember, whenever we design the air conditioning equipment, we mention, whenever you give that whenever you request for equipment selection, you also mention the sea level, right? The what is
Yes.
elevation? Okay, why it is very important? What is the purpose of the elevation? Okay, so when
Because
you go higher, your air density changes, right?
yes.
So that will affect your air conditioning equipment, because that is
Yes.
whenever you try to cool the condenser. Okay, so whether you supply the dense air or you supply the less dense air. Okay,
Yes.
more dense
Because
or less
the
dense.
machine load is increased. That's why for
Yes, yes, yes. So that also you can able to understand. Try to create some quiz. Okay, and go further here. What is a dry air? So dry air is denser, right?
yes.
Okay, so the moist air is less denser. So that also you can able to understand. Okay, how that, and building the psychometric chart. Remember how to read the dry bulb temperature, how to read specific humidity scale.
Okay.
Okay, and how to understand dew point temperature, saturation line. So this is very very much important when you try to do the condensate drain formula calculation. Remember, whenever we work on condensate drain calculation, for example, you have a FCU. That FCU, how much water condensate drain every
Yes.
every time. So that also there is a calculation based on dew point and saturation line. Okay, then what is the relative humidity? See the percentage here.
Yes. Yes.
The relative humidity is based on the percentage.
Percentage. How much of water vapor?
Yes, yes, yes. And the wet bulb temperature, how that wet bulb temperature reacts. Can you see here?
Yes, sir.
You can also understand. See another term, the how the wet bulb temperature is going to happen. That is based on this curve. Okay, you can able to understand. See, you are adding the moisture.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so how that comes the wet bulb temperature. Okay, so you can able to
Okay.
read that one, and also you can use that psychometric chart, how to measure the psychometric chart. See, for example, here you can see the grams, right? For example, 60
Yes.
grains, and this is 82 grains. So when it's saturated and when at this temperature, the lower the temperature, your water vapor, say for example, you have a 61.5 degrees Celsius. If the air is saturated, you have 82 grains of water vapor in that particular air.
Yes, sir.
When it is 75 degrees Celsius, Fahrenheit, and you have, say for example, 50 or 40 percentage or 45 percentage relative humidity, what is the amount of water vapor in the air? Okay,
Yes.
the
Yes.
amount of water vapor is very less weight. Okay, so that is why it is in grains. We will not say in pounds, or we will not say in kilogram. Okay, it is
Yes.
very we cannot see the water vapor in the air, right? It is very, very minute. So that is why we calculate in grains. Okay,
Grains.
what is a grain? 7,000 pounds is nothing. 7,000 grain is nothing but 1 pound. Okay, so
Okay.
that is why. So 7,000 grain is nothing but 1 pound. So that means you can say how much particles. Okay, so that calculated in grains.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, and also you will understand what is a specific volume. The specific volume means it is inverse of density, right? And how much of water vapor in that particular volume. So that talks about specific volume. Okay, and enthalpy is nothing but the energy, how much energy you have. So by this one state point, for by this one you can see the psychometric chart, how you read. If you know the 2 points, you can able to get all other points, right?
Yes.
Yeah, specific volume, enthalpy, wet bulb temperature, dew point temperature, relative humidity, specific humidity, dry bulb temperature. Can you understand all these items very first? Can you try to do some assignment? What is dry bulb temperature? What is dew point temperature? What is wet bulb
Yes, sir.
temperature?
Dry
What is
bulb, dew bulb,
enthalpy?
wet
Specific
bulb
volume,
temperature, relative humidity.
relative humidity, specific humidity. Write one psychometric chart. You take one paper, make a graph, okay, and try to do some assignment. Say for example, you tell me that what is the temperature, and assume that what is the wet bulb, say for example relative humidity, and try to make it all other values, right?
Okay, sir.
Say for example 24 degrees Celsius and 50 percentage RH. Tell me what are all the remaining values from the psychometric chart.
How much, sir?
What I'm saying here, 24 degrees Celsius, dry bulb temperature.
20, 50.
Yeah, 50 percentage RH. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Can you tell me all other remaining value? Not urgently. Take one paper, go to psychometric chart, and plot that values in your psychometric chart, and tell me that what is the enthalpy. Write that enthalpy value, and measure the specific volume. Write the specific volume value. Write the relative humidity. Write that specific humidity. Write the dew point temperature, wet bulb temperature. Can you do that assignment, please?
Okay.
24 degrees Celsius, 50 percentage RH.
1 minute, sir.
Yeah, 24 degrees Celsius and
Dry
50
bulb, no?
percentage. Yeah, dry bulb 24 degrees Celsius and 50 percentage RH. Okay, take your time. You can take a paper and you can write whatever the values and send me through the WhatsApp. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Then after that, see that using the psychometric chart, how to use the psychometric chart. Okay, and how to calculate the room air and outdoor air from how you plot it. Okay, from the outdoor air and room air.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then the mixed air, how to calculate. Here all the formulas is given. See that 8 basic process types: sensible heating, sensible cooling, humidification, dehumidification, cooling and humidification, cooling and dehumidification, heating and humidification, heating and dehumidification, right?
Yes, sir.
So can you try to do this assignment as well? And
Okay,
you
I
can
will
tell me
try,
that,
sir.
yeah, try to do that assignment, okay? If you study
Okay.
all these items, you can also create a quiz. What are the basic eight basic properties types? You can ask some people to type it right in the group.
Okay, sir.
Okay, then go further. See the calculations. Sensible and latent heat equations. What is the equation here? This equation is very much important for you to do calculation. Sensible load calculation. If you know this calculation, then only you can do the half thermal load calculation. Correct?
Yes, sir.
The half thermal load calculation is what for example, when you are doing heat load calculation, the heat load calculation, what you are getting, for example, result, you are getting total load and sensible load, correct?
Total load and sensible load. Yes.
Okay, how to calculate sensible
In
load?
TKM in SM, I think. From
Oh,
HEP, na, sir?
yeah, okay. How to calculate sensible load? So this is the equation.
Okay.
And how to calculate latent load? This is the equation.
Okay.
And how to calculate total load? Summation of both.
Summation of both. And
Yeah,
then
that is given. That is given here. That is given here. Okay, so that is what I told you to write. I told you to read the psychometric chart. So if you read the psychometric chart, you can able to do the thermal load calculations.
Okay, sir.
Okay, then
Can you
see
share
that heat
this
remove.
PDF, sir?
It is already sent you in the module 4 or module 5.
In
If
last, you shared the
okay,
link.
I will send you that. Okay.
No, sir. That is just a video link, na?
Okay,
Last you shared.
understand. I will send you now today module 1 to module 5.
Okay.
Okay, and try to start reading that informations here. you will find here all the informations. Module 4 design guide. You will get all the documents. Okay, study materials.
Okay.
Okay, and let me share another information as well. Okay, so if you see that
Okay.
particular syllabus, okay, try to go step by step. Have
Okay.
you studied? Have you completed the architectural design? The first
Yes,
step.
completed.
Yes,
Yes, guidelines.
yes,
No, all.
yes, yeah. And then now after that, you have studied some. I have sent you some Excel sheets. You started
Yes.
reading that air conditioning properties
Excel
like
sheet you
HVAC
did not
basics.
send, sir. You just send 2 times a video
Yeah,
links.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That Excel sheet only. That Excel sheet. Okay. I will be sending
Yes,
you
yes.
one by one, step by step. So see that
Okay,
basics.
okay.
Okay. Then
Yes.
after that we will start about ventilation design calculations. Then we will start about ducted design calculations. We will once you calculate all the airflow rate, then you can very easily to calculate the ducted designing. Right.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Now for example, after that you will go to study the sensible heat factor. So the sensible heat factor equation is here.
Okay.
Okay. Then the sensible heat factor scale, apparatus dew point temperature. What is apparatus dew point temperature? How it helps for the calculation. Okay. Then sensible heating and cooling. See that there is one example. They are doing the calculations here.
Okay.
Okay. So this one you have to sit and do that one. Not try to do some assignment every day 15 days. Then you will after some time you can able to do some calculations independently.
It's a good
Oh,
PDF,
yeah.
I think.
Humidification and dehumidification. How to calculate?
Yes.
Okay.
Humidification means add the water
Ye-
vapor, na, sir?
Yeah, adding water vapor or removing water vapor.
Dehumidification means remove
Dehumidification
the
is removing
moisture.
water vapor. Yes, yes. See how to calculate room airflow rate. There is an equation given here.
Okay.
Okay, air mixing. When you mix the air, what is the impact? Okay, evaporative cooling. How to do the evaporative cooling? Cooling and with the dehumidification. What is the impact? See the formula is given here. Calculation. One calculation is given here.
Okay.
Okay, cooling coil and the bypass factor. So what is cooling coils and bypass factors? Understanding.
Yes. Cooling coil means.
Okay, so like that, there are a lot of information is given in that particular career book. Okay, you can talk about there are different rows. Remember, whenever you do the equipment selection, the equipment
Yes.
manufacturer will come
Four
with
row, four
two
row
coil,
dipron coil.
3 coil, 4 coil, 5 coil, 6 coil.
Yes.
Okay,
For
when you increase the
AHU,
coil, yeah, when you
for
yes,
mainly used
yes,
in AHU coil selection, na, sir?
yes, AHU and FCU. See that bypass factor. How to calculate bypass factor? There is a formula given here.
Okay.
Okay, so the more the rows, lesser the bypass factor.
Yes, yes.
So what will happen if you have a more
Mostly air
rows
particles are contact in a row. That's why it's
in the coil? Yes, yes. So when you have a more row, and also there is another impact that the pressure drop of the equipment also will increase.
yes.
So that also should be in consideration. Okay, and you can see
Yes.
that fins per inch. What is the distance? That is also given here. What is the air velocity? Accepted air velocity. Remember, whenever we do the equipment selection, we go with normally 500 FPM, 2.5 meter per second. Okay.
Yes, yes.
And also, when you increase the FPM, what is the impact? The water may carry over to the space. Then there is a humidification may impact. That is why we always go with a less than 2.5 meter per second.
Yes.
Okay, there is also some formula is given, some calculation is given here.
Okay.
Okay, and evaporative cooling and humidity control, how to calculate. Cooling tower calculations.
Evaporating for cooling tower use.
For the cooling tower, yes. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, and see that calculation, heating and humidification. There is example here. You can do the calculations. Heating and dehumidification. There is a calculation sample. Process chart. See the process chart here. What you are doing? Heating, dehumidification, sensible heating, sensible cooling, cooling and dehumidification, heating and dehumidification.
Means they give the direction of
Yeah,
what
how? Yes. Say for example, when you try to cool, what type of equipment you use?
Okay.
Okay, when you try to do humidification, what type of equipment you use? That is also given here very in detail. Okay.
Okay.
And see, there are some sessions, some sample questions. So you can also practice some example.
Practical
Using your
question
psychometric
for,
chart,
some
find the
examples
proper
and
value
everything.
needed to fill in the blank spaces. So you can able, you
Is
know the
the
dry bulb temperature.
psychometric use, na, for
Yeah,
that.
you know the dry bulb temperature, you know the wet bulb temperature. Calculate other values. Try to do some assignment.
Okay.
Can you answer all these questions? There are 9. Work session 1, there are 7 questions. Work session
Okay,
2,
sir. I will try
9
and
questions.
submit with you.
Yeah, this is very, very important. And also see that list of exam abbreviations. You also can read that abbreviations.
Okay, short form.
Yeah, short form. And see the
Okay.
thermodynamic properties of water air saturation, the temperature, and what is the properties of the air. Okay. So this is
Okay.
this particular psychometric understanding is very much important. Okay. And
Okay,
also the
sir.
answer is given here. See the answer also given here. But don't see the answer before you write your answer.
No,
Okay.
just first
Write the answer and
attempt
check
to do.
it. Write the answer
Okay.
and you can cross verify.
Okay, sir.
Clear?
Clear, sir.
Yeah. So this is your assignment. Start with this assignment. Try to understand your psychometric chart. Once you thorough in this one, it is very easy to do the calculations.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
So can you share the just ventilation sheet, any calculation sheet for
I will share it.
ventilation?
I will share it. I will
Because
share it. Okay.
okay,
You
and
will find the model 1 to model 6. I will share all the documents and go through each and every document. And next week try to do the psychometric chart assignments. Okay. Next week or
okay,
after next week, take your time. It's not urgency. Okay.
okay, sir. No.
Yeah.